Many of us live in a world where the relentless pursuit of achievement dictates our every waking moment. There's a pervasive, often unconscious, belief that true success demands constant action, an unyielding drive that leaves little room for pause. We're conditioned to equate busyness with productivity, viewing every minute not actively doing as a minute potentially lost in the race towards our goals. This modern paradigm, fixated on perpetual motion, frequently relegates rest to a mere afterthought, a grudgingly accepted interlude rather than an integral component of our journey. Consider the constant hum of the digital age, the endless tasks, and the internal pressure to constantly optimize. This relentless push often leads to a cycle of fatigue, where deep, restorative sleep becomes a luxury, sacrificed at the altar of ambition. We're taught to power through, to burn the midnight oil, viewing stillness as a deviation from our path to prosperity, rather than a crucial element. This deeply ingrained cultural narrative, however, might be subtly undermining the very creative capacity and strategic clarity we desperately seek. But what if this contemporary understanding of effort is incomplete? What if, hidden within forgotten wisdom of civilizations long past, lies a radically different perspective on the power of repose? Imagine a time when sleep was not merely a passive state, but an active, deliberate strategy, a fertile ground where profound insights bloomed, complex problems untangled, and pathways to ingenuity were illuminated. This isn't about physical recovery. It's about harnessing the profound potential of the mind during its most tranquil states. Tonight, as the hurried symphony of the day begins to fade, we will embark on a unique journey. It's a journey not through grand historical events, but into serene sanctuaries of ancient thought. Guided by the timeless echoes of sages, artists, and leaders, we will explore how different cultures, across diverse eras, perceived and utilized the sacred act of rest, not as an escape, but as a deliberate engagement with deeper realms of understanding. Their methods were often intricate, their insights profound, rooted in a belief that true creation and strategic breakthroughs were often born not in the clamor activity, but in the quietude of the mind. As you allow your own consciousness to gently unfurl and settle, you might discover that the simple act of surrendering to stillness can reveal connections you had overlooked, solutions that fell out of reach. You might find that the quiet clarity born from profound rest holds a surprising, almost transformative power, subtly recalibrating your perspective on possibilities. This isn't about abandoning aspirations. It's about re-engaging with them from a place of renewed insight and deeper understanding. It's about remembering a fundamental truth, a secret woven into the very fabric of human potential, waiting patiently for its rediscovery. So, lean back, breathe deeply, and allow your mind to prepare for an exploration that aims to soothe your spirit and ignite a different kind of curiosity, a curiosity that understands the profound link between inner tranquility and outer flourishing. Join us until the very end, and let this narrative gently guide you toward a renewed appreciation for rest, revealing its unexpected and powerful role in your journey toward a life of true prosperity. As your consciousness gently drifts, consider a fascinating truth. Your mind, far from powering down during periods of calm, embarks on an entirely different, yet intensely productive journey. It's during these serene hours that the intricate machinery of your brain meticulously sorts through the day's influx of information, weaving disparate threads of experience into a coherent tapestry of understanding. This isn't mere inactivity. Rather, it's an essential phase of internal organization, a crucial processing period where recent memories are consolidated and seemingly unrelated data points begin to forge novel connections. This profound internal work often manifests as a spontaneous burst of clarity when you next engage with a challenge. Perhaps you've experienced this yourself, wrestling with a complex problem before bedtime, only to awaken with an unexpected solution, or finding a creative spark ignite seemingly from nowhere after a period of quiet reflection. This phenomenon, often termed the incubation effect, is a testament to mind's extraordinary capacity for unconscious problem solving. While your conscious effort is suspended, your deeper cognitive functions are actively at play, sifting, experimenting, and constructing new pathways to understanding, often leading to breakthroughs that direct effort failed to achieve. Furthermore, this deliberate disengagement allows for the restoration of mental reserves vital for astute decision-making. When fatigued, our judgments have become clouded, impulses may gain undue influence, and the subtle nuances of complex situations often elude our grasp. Conversely, a mind has been allowed to fully reset approaches challenges with renewed vigor, enhanced focus, and a heightened capacity for critical analysis. It's this refreshed perspective that allows you to discern viable opportunities from distractions, to strategically plan your next moves with foresight, and to navigate intricate situations with calm confidence. Qualities intrinsically linked to any pursuit of sustained prosperity. Now, pause for a moment and reflect. When was the last time a genuine insight into a significant personal or professional challenge emerged not from relentless toil, but from a moment of profound quietude or a night of restorative sleep? This isn't merely about feeling refreshed. It's about accessing a deeper wellspring of wisdom that emerges when internal noise subsides. This precious resource is integral to cultivating not just material wealth, but a richer, more fulfilling life path, as it enables clearer intention and more precise manifestation of your aspirations. Another crucial layer to this understanding is the concept of qualitative rest. It's not just the duration, but the depth and intention behind your periods of repose, actively creating an environment conducive to deep, undisturbed sleep. Whether through mindful preparation or simply allow yourself to fully disengage from external pressures, is akin to laying fertile ground for innovation. This deliberate approach transforms rest from a passive necessity into an active strategy, a conscious investment in your mental acuity and creative potential. Your mind, in essence, becomes a more effective instrument, fine-tuned and ready to operate at its peak, leading to more resourceful thinking and ultimately, more enriching outcomes. This is a Historia di Dormire designed to gently remind you that your journey towards flourishing is not a race to be won through constant exhaustion, but a landscape to be thoughtfully cultivated, with periods of stillness as vital as seasons of growth. Perhaps you might share in the comments your own experiences with moments of breakthrough that have come from stepping away and allowing your mind to rest. It's fascinating how often our greatest ideas surface when we least expect them, precisely because we've given our inner world the space it needs to truly create, beyond the immediate cognitive benefits we've explored. Consider how profound rest underpins your very capacity for sustained endurance in any ambitious endeavor. When your body and mind are truly allowed to unwind, a remarkable internal recalibration occurs. Your endocrine system, responsible for regulating hormones that dictate your stress response and energy levels, finds its equilibrium. Cortisol, the hormone associated with sustained stress, is managed more effectively, preventing the cumulative wear and tear that can silently erode your resilience. This physiological restoration is not merely about avoiding fatigue. It's about fortifying your fundamental biological systems, equipping you with a deeper wellspring of stamina to navigate demanding periods without succumbing to burnout or illness. Imagine your inner self as a finely tuned instrument. Continuous play without proper maintenance inevitably leads to discord. Adequate rest, conversely, is the meticulous tuning, ensuring your instrument can produce rich, resonant notes over sustained performance, directly impacting your consistent outputting capacity for long-term productivity. Crucially, this deep calm also fosters a heightened state of emotional intelligence, a bedrock for thriving in complex human interactions that are undeniably pivotal in any journey toward prosperity. When adequately rested, your emotional landscape becomes more navigable. You're less prone to impulsive reactions, more capable of empathy, and better equipped to approach disagreements or challenges with patience and an open mind. Think of the pivotal negotiations, the delicate client relationships, or the intricate team collaborations that define success in so many fields. A mind unburdened by chronic tiredness can discern subtle social cues, articulate intentions with greater clarity, and respond to others with measured thoughtfulness, rather than the irritability or short-sightedness that often accompanies exhaustion. This isn't just about feeling better. It's about strategically enhancing your ability to build trust, foster alliances, and inspire confidence, invaluable assets that indirectly, yet powerfully, influence your path to enrichment. Furthermore, a mind anchored in sufficient rest often cultivates a deeper sense of perspective and an unwavering patience, qualities essential for cultivating enduring prosperity. In the relentless rhythm of daily demands, it's easy to become entrapped by immediate pressures, sacrificing long-term vision for short-term gains. Yet, a well-rested consciousness naturally transcends this immediacy. It allows you to step back from the tactical fray and embrace a broader, more expansive outlook, seeing patterns and possibilities that remain obscured by urgency. This fosters the strategic foresight necessary to make decisions that resonate far into the future, enabling you to plant seeds today whose fruits may take years to ripen. It empowers you to withstand temporary setbacks with a calm resolve, understanding that true achievement often unfolds not in a sprint, but through sustained, deliberate effort over time. As you consider these interwoven threads, physiological resilience, emotional acumen, and long-term vision, it becomes evident that rest is far more than a pause. It's a proactive strategy for cultivating a robust, sustainable foundation for every facet of your flourishing. This is a Historia di Dormir designed to embed a profound understanding. Your quest for prosperity isn't solely defined by what you do while awake, but significantly shaped by the wisdom and strength you accrue while at peace. Perhaps you might reflect on a time when a lack of rest particularly hindered your patience with a situation or blurred your long-term strategic view. What impact did that have on your trajectory? Acknowledging these connections can be the first step towards embracing a more holistic and ultimately more powerful approach to your life's aspirations. The cultivation of profound inner quietude offers a distinctive pathway to unlocking the subconscious mind's vast reservoir of intuitive wisdom. When the ceaseless chatter of daily obligations recedes and your conscious mind eases its grip, a deeper intelligence often surfaces, manifesting as a potent gut feeling or an inexplicable sense of certainty. This isn't merely critical analysis. It's a non-linear form of knowing, a synthesis of countless unseen observations and experiences processed far below the threshold of awareness. Think of a seasoned entrepreneur who, after a tranquil evening, wakes with an unshakable conviction about a business pivot that, on paper, seemed counterintuitive, yet ultimately proves to be a masterstroke. Such instances underscore how a truly rested mind can tap into a subtle yet powerful navigational system, guiding decisions in complex scenarios where purely logical data may be insufficient or even misleading. Furthermore, this deliberate disengagement becomes an essential crucible for forging genuine self-awareness and recalibrating one's trajectory toward authentic prosperity. In the quiet expanse of true repose, external noise dissipates, allowing internal echoes of one's deepest values and aspirations to resonate more clearly. This is where individuals can genuinely reassess their motivations, distinguishing between societal pressures and their intrinsic desires. Imagine a professional who, during a period of intentional downtime, realizes their relentless pursuit of a particular metric was actually distancing them from their core purpose, prompting a shift towards endeavors that foster more profound personal fulfillment and, paradoxically, more sustainable success. This internal alignment ensures that the wealth accumulated isn't hollow, but rather a resonant extension of one's authentic self, leading to a richer, more meaningful definition of abundance. Beyond mere problem solving, deliberate rest acts as a potent catalyst for entering states of profound creative flow and radical problem reframing. It's during these moments of mental stillness that the mind gains the necessary spaciousness to challenge entrenched assumptions and perceive situations from entirely novel vantage points. This isn't about finding a single solution, but about transcending existing paradigms altogether. Consider the artist who, after a period of detached reflection, suddenly envisions an entirely new medium or technique that revolutionizes their craft, or the scientist who, having stepped away from a baffling experiment, dreams of a breakthrough molecular structure. These are instances where the subconscious, free from the constraints of conscious logic, orchestrates a symphony of disparate ideas, leading to genuinely innovative leaps rather than incremental improvements. Moreover, embedding intentional rest into your routine can become a distinct competitive advantage in today's perpetually wired world. While others succumb to burnout and decision fatigue, those who master the art of deliberate repose maintain an elevated capacity for sustained innovation, robust energy levels, and unerring clarity. This provides an edge in foreseeing market shifts, developing breakthrough products or services, and maintaining the mental fortitude required for long-term strategic execution. It fosters resilience that allows for a quicker recovery from setbacks and a greater agility in adapting to unpredictable market dynamics. You're not just recuperating, you're actively sharpening your primary instrument for success, ensuring it operates at its peak when it matters most. Therefore, Consider how you might actively cultivate these pockets of profound tranquility, not as a luxury, but as an indispensable investment in your mental capital. What practices might you integrate to consciously invite this deeper level of intuitive guidance and self-alignment into your life? This is Historia D. Dormier, designed to gently guide you towards understanding that the most profound insights, the most sustainable strategies, and the most authentic forms of prosperity often emerge not from relentless effort, but from the deliberate, powerful practice of allowing your mind to truly rest and reconnect. As your journey through the quiet landscapes of understanding continues, let's consider another profound way that deep repose subtly but powerfully influences your capacity for flourishing. It fundamentally alters the very nature of your social interactions. When your mind is truly at ease, unburdened by the clamor of exhaustion, you project an entirely different aura. This isn't merely about avoiding irritability. It's about radiating an authentic openness, a calm presence that naturally draws others towards you. Imagine the difference between approaching someone whose eyes are clouded with fatigue, whose posture conveys tension, versus someone whose demeanor is relaxed, whose gaze is clear and engaged. The latter embodies an inherent magnetism, fostering trust and rapport far more readily. Consequently, this state of deep calm becomes an invaluable asset in building networks, forging partnerships, and inspiring confidence, all of which are indispensable pillars in the edifice of lasting prosperity. Moreover, beyond simply attracting connections, adequate rest significantly amplifies your brain's remarkable ability to acquire and consolidate new skills. Think of your mind as a meticulously tended garden. To truly embed new knowledge, the soil must be nourished and the seeds given time to take root in fertile ground. During periods of deep sleep, for instance, your brain actively replays and strengthens neural pathways associated with recently learned information, converting fleeting experiences into durable memories and ingrained competencies. This process means that taking time to genuinely rest after a concentrated period of learning isn't a break from progress. It is, in fact, an accelerant. It ensures that the insights you glean from new experiences or formal education don't just pass through, but rather become integrated into the very fabric of your expertise, allowing you to adapt, evolve, and remain relevant in an ever-changing landscape of opportunities. Furthermore, a well-rested mind possesses a distinctive advantage when it comes to navigating the intricate labyrinth of risk and opportunity. Consider a seasoned captain charting a course through unpredictable waters. Their ability to accurately assess the subtle shift in currents and winds, to foresee potential hazards while simultaneously recognizing advantageous passages, is paramount. Similarly, when you are not hindered by mental fatigue, your capacity for prudent judgment sharpens. You become less prone to impulsive decisions driven by short-term anxieties or inflated optimism. Instead, you can meticulously weigh probabilities, discern genuine threats from mere challenges, and identify truly viable paths forward with clarity that is often obscured by weariness. This heightened discernment protects your resources and guides you toward ventures with greater likelihood of success, serving as a subtle yet powerful guardian of your aspirations. Another fascinating, often overlooked dimension of strategic rest involves a profound creative fertility that can emerge from periods of intentional idleness or even boredom. In our hyperstimulated world, we often feel compelled to constantly engage, to fill every moment with activity or information. However, when you deliberately step away from focused tasks and allow your mind to wander, whether gazing out a window, taking a slow walk, or simply allowing thoughts to drift, you create a unique mental spaciousness. It's in this fallow field of thought that disparate ideas, previously unconnected data points, and unresolved questions can spontaneously collide and synthesize in novel ways. These moments of unburdened mental meandering frequently lead to unexpected breakthroughs, radical conceptual shifts, or ingenious solutions that linear, conscious effort might never uncover. This deliberate non-doing is not laziness. It is a sophisticated cognitive strategy, a form of active incubation. So, as you listen to this story for sleeping, let these insights gently settle into your awareness. Recognize that the true architect of your prosperity is not merely the tireless worker, but the wise manager of their most precious resources, including their energy and their mental clarity. What subtle adjustments might you make to invite more of this restorative power into your daily rhythm? It is a question that invites a new perspective on how deeply intertwined your moments of stillness, are with your greatest potential. Consider, if you will, the profound effect that true rest has on liberating your mental landscape from its accumulated debris. Imagine your mind not just as a processor of information, but as an expansive chamber that can, over time, become cluttered with residual anxieties, unaddressed worries, and the persistent hum of unproductive thought loops. Periods of genuine repose act as a powerful clarifier, systematically sweeping away this psychological detritus. This process is distinct from merely organizing existing data. It's about creating a pristine emptiness, a clear mental canvas upon which new ideas can form without distortion or interference. When you allow your awareness to settle, these layers of mental static dissolve, unveiling an innate clarity that empowers you to approach complex situations with an untainted perspective. The decisions you then make are rooted not in reactive noise, but in a quiet, unburdened wisdom. Building on this crucial purification, deep rest also profoundly fortifies your intrinsic capacity to gracefully pivot and innovatively adapt amidst unforeseen challenges. Life, as we know, rarely follows a linear trajectory, and prosperity often demands a courage to alter course or even entirely reinvent approaches. When your mind is invigorated and calm, it develops a remarkable elasticity, enabling you to creatively reframe obstacles as unique opportunities for growth rather than debilitating roadblocks. This isn't just about resilience. It's about fostering a nimble cognitive agility, a fundamental shift in how you engage with disruption. Picture a resilient sapling bending with a strong wind, not breaking, and ultimately finding a new direction for its growth. A well-rested mind exhibits the same pliable strength, allowing for resourceful transformations that turn potential setbacks into launch pads for novel ventures. Furthermore, a consistent practice of deep rest invariably enhances your physical vitality, directly translating into a sustained capacity for action and engagement. While we touch upon the internal equilibrium, consider the tangible, outward manifestation, a palpable spring in your step, a focused energy that permits longer periods of concentration without exhaustion, and a robust immune system that wards off illness. This isn't merely about recovery from weariness. It's about actively generating and accumulating life force. This enhanced physical presence enables you to consistently show up as your best self, to persist through demanding projects, and project an aura of sustained capability. This vigorous state becomes a silent yet powerful asset, a fundamental wellspring for which all other forms of productive effort can flow with greater ease and impact, minimizing costly interruptions due to depleted health. Indeed, the quietude bestowed by adequate rest also sharpens your perception of emergent opportunities that might otherwise remain unseen. When your mind is racing, hyper-focused on immediate tasks, it often develops a kind of tunnel vision, blind to the periphery. However, in a state of tranquil alertness, your awareness broadens, akin to stepping onto a high vantage point after descending from a crowded valley. You begin to notice subtle shifts in your environment, faint signals from the broader landscape, and unspoken needs that hint at entirely new avenues for contribution or innovation. These aren't just existing options. They are nascent possibilities, often overlooked by those too preoccupied to perceive their faint glimmer. This expanded field of awareness allows you to identify fertile ground for future endeavors long before it becomes obvious to others, affording a distinct advantage in shaping your prosperous future. Ultimately, by embracing true rest, you cultivate a profound sense of intrinsic abundance, shifting away from perpetual chase toward an appreciation of current richness. This mental state is profoundly different from merely feeling good. It recalibrates your internal compass from one of scarcity and constant striving to one of gratitude and present fulfillment. When your spirit is replenished, you naturally recognize the wealth already present in your life, be it relationships, health, or small daily joys. This mindset, in turn, subtly attracts more positive experiences and resources as you operate from a place of sufficiency rather than lack. It is a powerful, almost alchemical transformation that underpins sustainable prosperity, allowing you to thrive not just materially, but deeply and profoundly. As the twilight deepens, allowing your thoughts to unfurl, consider a seldom discussed aspect of true prosperity: the clarity of your ethical compass. When your mind is steeped in genuine repose, it gains a remarkable capacity to discern the moral nuances embedded within complex choices. In the relentless rush of activity, It's all too easy to let expediency override integrity, subtly compromising your values for perceived immediate gains. Yet, a refreshed consciousness provides a mental spaciousness necessary to pause, reflect, and align decisions with your deepest principles. This isn't merely about avoiding mistakes. It's about cultivating an unwavering moral fortitude that builds a reputation of trust and reliability, assets far more enduring than fleeting profits. Such integrity, born from clear thought, resonates profoundly in all your interactions, attracting collaborative opportunities grounded in mutual respect and shared ethical foundations. Moreover, profound periods of rest are instrumental in reclaiming your personal agency and intentionality. In a world awash with distractions and external demands, it's effortless to become reactive, allowing your days to be dictated by urgent rather than important tasks. However, when you grant your mind the quietude it craves, you create an internal sanctuary where you can consciously reevaluate your priorities, distinguishing between genuine aspirations and external pressures. This deliberate stepping back allows you to consciously design your life's trajectory, rather than merely drifting along. You become the architect of your own time and energy, making choices that are deeply aligned with your core purpose, rather than simply responding to clamor of the moment. This intentional living, itself a form of profound wealth, ensures that your efforts are channeled into endeavors that truly matter to you. Furthermore, a well-rested mind possesses a powerful shield against pervasive cognitive biases that can subtly undermine even the most intelligent decisions. When fatigued, our brains often resort to mental shortcuts, leading to errors like confirmation bias, where we only seek information that supports existing beliefs, or anchoring bias, where initial information unduly sways subsequent judgments. Conversely, a mind that has been allowed to fully reset approaches problems with enhanced objectivity and a keen critical lens. This enables you to meticulously scrutinize assumptions, consider diverse perspectives without prejudice, and evaluate data with a more accurate, less skewed perception. Consequently, your strategic judgments become more robust, less susceptible to common pitfalls, leading to consistently sounder choices that steer you more reliably towards your desired outcomes. Beyond the individual, consider how true rest profoundly enhances your capacity for genuine collaboration and co-creation. When individuals are internally calm, they possess a heightened ability to genuinely listen, not just to hear words, but to deeply understand the underlying intentions, concerns, and unique contributions of others. This active, empathetic listening fosters an environment where diverse viewpoints can be synthesized into richer, more innovative solutions than any single person could conceive alone. It allows for the elegant weaving of disparate ideas, much like different threads coming together to form a strong, intricate tapestry. This isn't merely teamwork. It's synergistic creation, where the collective intelligence transcends the sum of its parts, paving the way for breakthroughs born from shared understanding and mutual respect. Therefore, as you absorb this Astoria D. Dormier, allow these perspectives to gently recalibrate your understanding of rest. Consider not just its benefit for recovery, but its potent role in sculpting your character, sharpening your judgment, empowering your intentions, and deepening your connections. What subtle shifts might you embrace to cultivate this essential mental clarity and moral fortitude? It is in these quiet moments that the true foundations of a life of enduring prosperity are thoughtfully laid. When minds are truly engaged in deep rest, something even more fundamental is being built within each individual, a robust capacity for sustained neurological health. This isn't merely about feeling refreshed. It delves into the very architecture of your brain. During profound sleep cycles, your brain isn't dormant. Instead, it actively engages in a meticulous process of self-repair and metabolic waste clearance, flushing out toxins that accumulate during waking hours. This crucial housekeeping preserves synaptic plasticity, essentially maintaining the brain's remarkable ability to form new connections and adapt. Consequently, prioritizing rest fortifies the very physical infrastructure of your intellect, ensuring its enduring vitality and capacity for complex thought as you navigate the intricate landscape of your aspirations. Building on this, consider how deep rest fosters an invaluable sense of detachment, significantly reducing emotional reactivity in challenging situations. This goes beyond mere emotional intelligence. It's about cultivating a psychological distance from stressors, allowing you to observe situations rather than being instantly consumed by them. When well rested, you possess a greater inner stillness, enabling you to respond thoughtfully instead of impulsively. This serene disposition is a powerful asset, particularly in leadership roles or high-stakes negotiations, where maintaining composure and a clear head can be the decisive factor between navigating an obstacle successfully and succumbing to its pressure. Such calm command not only preserves your energy, but also inspires confidence in those around you. Furthermore, the very act of deliberately integrating consistent rest into your life cultivates a profound level of self-regulation and discipline that permeates all other areas. Viewing rest not as a luxury, but as a non-negotiable component of your routine strengthens your willpower muscle. This isn't just about sticking to a sleep schedule. It's about making conscious, long-term choices that prioritize your well-being, even when faced with immediate gratification or external pressures. The discipline honed in protecting your rest inevitably translates into greater consistency and focus in your professional endeavors, helping you adhere to strategic plans and resist distractions that could otherwise derail your path to prosperity. Observe how a truly rested mind also experiences a heightened sensory acuity, profoundly enriching your daily existence and subtly informing your strategic insights. When your internal system is balanced, your senses become sharper, allowing you to notice the subtle beauty in your surroundings, appreciate the nuances of conversation, or perceive the faint signals in a market trend that others might overlook. This isn't simply about being more aware. It's about experiencing life with greater depth and texture, which can spark unexpected creativity in design, inspire novel solutions in product development, or even inform a unique approach to customer experience. The world, in essence, reveals more of its intricate detail to a mind that is at peace. Moreover, deep repose strengthens your intuitive capacity for effective boundary setting. A well-rested mind is inherently better at recognizing its own limits and strategically communicating them. This isn't about being tired and saying no. Rather, it's about consciously asserting your needs to protect vital time, energy, and mental resources for what truly matters. This ability to respectfully yet firmly define your personal and professional boundaries is crucial for sustainable success, preventing overcommitment and ensuring that your most valuable assets are allocated with precision rather than being depleted by extraneous demands. It's a proactive measure that safeguards your potential for long-term flourishing. Finally, allowing your mind to deeply rest significantly fosters the conditions for entering states of flow and experiencing effortless action. When your cognitive resources are fully replenished and your internal landscape is clear, tasks that once felt arduous can transform into engaging, almost intuitive experiences. This state of focused absorption, where time seems to vanish and actions feel seamlessly aligned with your intentions, is where peak performance often occurs. It leads not only to exceptionally high-quality output, but also to a deep sense of satisfaction and intrinsic motivation, making the pursuit of your goals feel less like a struggle and more like a natural, joyful unfolding. This harmonious internal state is a direct byproduct of prioritizing genuine repose, cementing its place as an indispensable element in cultivating a life of profound and sustained prosperity. Reflecting on this journey through ancient wisdom and modern understanding, a profound pattern begins to emerge, subtly redefining our very notion of what it means to build and sustain a flourishing life. We have delved into the nuanced ways an inner stillness cultivates not just a sharper mind, but an entirely different posture toward the world. It's as if a hidden sculptor has been at work within, meticulously refining the raw material of our daily experiences into something far more robust and resilient. This isn't about isolated improvements, but rather the intricate weaving of countless threads, mental acuity, emotional equilibrium, and physiological vitality into a seamless, powerful whole, forming an inner architecture capable of bearing far greater weight and reaching loftier heights. The implication is clear. The most profound transformations often unfold in the quietest spaces, far from the clamor of ceaseless activity. Drawing these strands together, we discern a powerful convergence, much like the confluence of several deep rivers feeding into a mighty, tranquil lake. This cultivated inner sanctuary, a mind freed from persistent cognitive clutter and emotional turbulence, doesn't merely respond to challenges. It anticipates and shapes them with a grace born of deep clarity. It allows for an intuitive navigation of complex landscapes, where the path forward reveals itself not through brute force, but through an almost effortless discernment. This composite strength acts as a sophisticated internal compass, consistently orienting us towards authentic growth and away from the siren call of superficial pursuits. It's a subtle yet potent difference between a fragile structure, easily swayed by external winds, and one deeply rooted, swaying with deliberate purpose. In light of these insights, the very fabric of our engagement with the external world begins to transform. Our interactions become imbued with a deeper empathy, our collaborations with more profound resonance, fostering connections that are not only productive but genuinely enriching. The ability to pivot, to innovate, and to perceive nascent opportunities is no longer a sporadic burst of brilliance, but a consistent wellspring of creativity, continuously flowing from a source of replenishment. This holistic integration implies a way of being that is less about struggling against the current and more about aligning with a powerful, underlying flow, allowing objectives to materialize with a greater sense of ease and a more sustainable rhythm. The world, in turn, seems to reflect this inner harmony, presenting pathways that align with this revitalized sense of purpose. As we pivot towards a culmination of this exploration, consider how this composite power fundamentally alters our relationship with time itself. It's no longer a relentless adversary to be outrun, but collaborator, offering moments for deep cultivation and strategic gestation. The accumulation of wisdom, the refinement of character, and sustained capacity for insightful action are not accidental byproducts. They are direct dividends of the profound internal investment. This paradigm shift encourages us to view our journey not as a race to a predetermined finish line, but as an unfolding masterpiece, each stroke meticulously considered, each pause intentional. The essence of what we've explored underscores that true mastery isn't merely about what we do, but profoundly about how we are, revealing a richer dimension to our aspirations. Thus, a profound truth stands ready to emerge in the quiet depths we have traversed. It is a truth that gently invites us to reevaluate deeply held beliefs, suggesting that the most fertile ground for genuine flourishing lies not in constant toil, but in the deliberate cultivation of stillness. This journey has illuminated a path where clarity, resilience, and authentic creation are not just desired outcomes, but intrinsically linked to the restorative power of profound repose. It points towards an understanding that transcends conventional notions of effort, unveiling a more harmonious and powerful approach to cultivating a life of deep and enduring prosperity. As we gently draw this narrative to its close, having traversed the quiet pathways of ancient understanding and contemporary insight, a fundamental truth, often obscured by the relentless pace of modern life, stands illuminated. It is a profound realization that prosperity, in its truest, most enduring form, is not merely the outcome of ceaseless striving, but an organic blossoming nurtured by intentional stillness. We have explored how cultures across time intuitively grasp this delicate balance, recognizing that the most potent forces for growth and ingenuity often reside not in frantic activity, but in the fertile ground of unburdened awareness. Consider the intricate dance between effort and ease, between engagement and surrender. This journey has revealed that to truly flourish, we must consciously divest ourselves of the pervasive notion that every moment must be filled with overt productivity. Instead, we are invited to embrace a more sophisticated, more holistic paradigm, one where the quiet restoration of mind and spirit is understood as a vital, strategic investment. This isn't merely about recuperating from fatigue. It's about actively cultivating an inner reservoir of clarity, resilience, and creative intuition. It's about understanding that the periods when our conscious efforts recede are precisely when our subconscious minds are most powerfully at work, weaving together disparate threads of information, forging novel connections, and incubating the very breakthroughs that elude us in our moments of anxious focus. This wisdom, whispered through the ages, empowers us to recalibrate our relationship with ambition. It suggests that our capacity to innovate, to lead with empathy, to make decisions with discerning foresight, and to navigate complex challenges with grace, all emanate from a place of inner calm. Imagine the difference between a restless, agitated stream, whose waters blur the reflections of the sky, and a deep, tranquil lake mirroring the vastness above with pristine clarity. Our minds, when given the gift of profound repose, become like that serene lake, offering unobstructed vision and a deeper connection to the wellspring of our own inherent wisdom. This clarity, born from stillness, becomes an unwavering compass, guiding us not just toward material gains, but towards a richer, more integrated experience of life itself. The implications of this shift are far-reaching. By honoring the cyclical nature of energy and rest, we not only safeguard our physical and mental health, but also unlock dimensions of creativity and problem-solving that remain dormant under duress. We become more adept at identifying genuine opportunities, less susceptible to the traps of impulsive decisions, and more capable of cultivating relationships built on authentic presence and trust. This is the ultimate competitive advantage, not just in the marketplace, but in the larger landscape of our personal evolution. A sustainable vitality that allows for consistent growth without burnout, for deep engagement without depletion. It's a testament to the fact that the most profound forms of wealth are intrinsically linked to an inner ecology of peace and renewal. So, as this particular story concludes, let its gentle insights linger within you. May you now carry this refreshed perspective into your waking hours, recognizing that your deepest aspirations are not achieved despite your need for rest, but often because of it. The true practice begins now, not in a grand gesture, but in the subtle, conscious choices you make each day to honor the sacred space of stillness. Let this understanding be a quiet revolution in your approach to life, a reminder that in the generous embrace of genuine repose, you are not stepping away from your potential, but profoundly, beautifully drawing closer to it. May your rest be deep, and your journey toward a flourishing life be filled with effortless wisdom and serene prosperity. So, as you drift further into the welcoming depths of sleep, carry with you this gentle yet powerful revelation. Let it be a soothing balm to any lingering anxieties, a quiet confidence in the unseen forces that are perpetually at work on your behalf. The true practice of this wisdom begins not with a flurry of new actions, but with a deeper, more peaceful way of being. Trust the process, trust the flow, and trust that the most abundant harvests often ripen in the quietest hours, cultivated by the silent, profound power of time. Rest deeply, knowing that even as you sleep, the subtle loom of existence weaves your future with unwavering diligence, preparing a rich and fulfilling tomorrow.